There are moments in football that define trophies, and moments that define people. Today, Esther Okoronkwo stands in one of those defining moments, not because she didn't win the CAF Women's Player of the Year award, but because of how she has handled the journey, the expectations, the spotlight, and the disappointment with grace, strength, and remarkable maturity. This message is for Esther. This message is for every Super Falcons fan. This message is for every young girl who sees Esther as a mirror of what is possible. And this message is for anyone who has ever felt overlooked despite giving their best. Because today, we celebrate something bigger than an award. We celebrate a woman who has become proof that greatness is not given, it is earned, lived, and felt. The truth about football awards. Awards are beautiful. They shine, they sparkle, they give you a moment on stage, and they look powerful on a shelf. But the truth everyone knows, fans, teammates, coaches, pundits, is that awards do not always reflect reality. Awards don't always show the sweat. Awards don't always capture moments of courage. Awards don't always reward consistency. And awards don't always honor the most influential player. Sometimes, they simply honor the most visible one. Sometimes, they honor the one with a better storyline. Sometimes, they honor the one who reached the final. And sometimes, they miss a deserving player entirely. But here's the beautiful thing, a missed award is not a missed destiny. A panel can overlook you, but the world can't unsee what you did. A shortlist may forget your name, but football remembers. A trophy may slip away, but your legacy remains untouched. Esther, the pitch never lies, and the pitch has spoken about you loudly this year. Why Nigeria is proud of you. When Esther Okaronkwo wears the green and white, something shifts. There's intensity. There's confidence. There's fight. There's expectation. There's belief. Whether it's a key pass, a goal out of nothing, a burst of energy on the flank, or a moment of pure brilliance that lifts the entire team, her presence changes things. And that is why Nigeria is proud. Not because she won a trophy, but because she represented the country with a level of excellence that doesn't need a trophy to be validated. This year, she showed courage in every match. She showed responsibility in every minute she played. She showed discipline in her development. She showed leadership, even when no one gave her a title. Esther has become one of Nigeria's most important modern attacking threats, creative, direct, fearless, and decisive. That alone is worth more than any award. The character of a champion. How do you know someone is truly great? Not when they win, but when they don't and they still stand tall. Esther's response to missing the CAF award has won more hearts than any trophy ever could. She didn't complain. She didn't blame anyone. She didn't throw shade. She didn't seek sympathy. Instead, she delivered one of the most iconic lines of the year. The pitch never lies. That one sentence carries confidence, maturity, and strength. It shows that her source of validation is not a trophy, but the work she puts in and the game she plays. That is the mindset of a real athlete. A real competitor. A real role model. This is how you know she is going far. This is how you know she is built for greatness. This is how you know that missing this award is just part of the script, not the end of the story. Champions are not made by trophies. Champions are made by resilience. By how they get up. By how they respond. By how they rise again. And Esther has already risen. Africa is still watching you. Make no mistake, Africa saw Esther's impact this year. You don't need to win an award for the continent to recognize your brilliance. Fans across Africa have praised her performances, admired her growth, and acknowledged her influence on the Super Falcons journey. In fact, many believe she should have been in the final shortlist. Many analysts said she deserved more recognition. Many supporters even argued she deserved to win. What this means is simple. The award didn't define you, you defined the conversation around the award. That speaks louder. For the young girls WHO look up to her. This moment is not a defeat, it is a teaching moment for every young girl who dreams of becoming a footballer. Esther just taught them that being great does not mean you will always be crowned. That your value is not determined by a trophy. That disappointment is not failure. That recognition is not the same as impact. And that sometimes, your biggest victory is how you stand after the world tries to overlook you. Esther showed every young African girl that the journey is bigger than the award. And that the right things will come to those who stay consistent. Here's something important to understand. Almost every legendary footballer missed an award they deserved early in their career. Oshola didn't win every year she deserved. Drogba lost Cafe Player of the Year multiple times. Salah and Mane were overlooked at crucial moments. Even Messi and Ronaldo had controversial years where the world felt they were snubbed. What did all these players have in common? They came back stronger. They kept working. They kept believing. They kept writing their story. And guess what happened? Eventually, the world had no choice but to reward them. Esther is on that path. This is just her beginning. This is just one chapter. The best part of her story is still ahead. You don't need an award to be an icon. Let's talk honestly. The Cafe Women's Player of the Year award is huge, but Esther's influence is becoming bigger than the award itself. That is what true icons become. Bigger than panels. Bigger than votes. Bigger than moments. Bigger than any trophy. Icons influence generations. Icons inspire nations. Icons elevate the sport. Icons leave footprints that no award can ever match. Esther is already on that path and everyone can see it. What you have proven this year. This year, Esther proved. She belongs among Africa's best attackers. She can change games under pressure. She plays with intelligence, power, and creativity. She is a team player with a winning mentality. She is consistent and reliable. She has the heart of a fighter and the calmness of a leader. These things matter more than a trophy. These things are what make careers legendary. These things are what fans remember in 10 years. These things are what define true greatness. What this moment means for your future. Every star has a defining moment. For some, it's the breakthrough goal. For others, it's a historic tournament. But for a rare type of star, the defining moment is a disappointment, because that disappointment becomes the turning point that transforms everything. This might be Esther's turning point. This might be the moment she looks back on one day and says, "This is when I decided to go all the way." Because sometimes, not winning becomes the greatest motivation. Sometimes, being overlooked gives you a bigger hunger. Sometimes, being doubted unlocks your next level. Sometimes, injustice becomes your fuel. Esther is entering that phase now, the phase where she becomes unstoppable. Esther, if you ever read this, here is what you must know. You are not less because you didn't win. You are not behind because someone else was selected. You are not forgotten because a panel didn't put your name in the top 3. You are not invisible because a trophy didn't come home. You are still one of Africa's best. You are still one of Nigeria's brightest. You are still rising. And your story is still being written. This is not a setback. This is not a failure. This is not a loss. This is preparation. The world is preparing for a greater moment for you. Football is preparing to elevate you in a bigger way. Your journey is preparing you for something more powerful than an award. Keep working. Keep growing. Keep shining. And keep believing, because the world believes in you too. Final words to lift her spirit. Esther Okoronkwo, you may not have lifted the Cafe Award this year. But you lifted the confidence of millions. You lifted the pride of a nation. You lifted the standard of your game. You lifted young girls who dream of being like you. And you lifted the spirit of Nigerian football. That matters more. That lasts longer. That inspires deeper. That is greatness. The award did not crown you. But Africans saw what you did. And more importantly, football itself crowned you. Keep going, Esther. We are with you. And your best chapter has not even started.